Okay, so now we're moving on to part B of that question. All right, so the first part of the question said you had to copy and complete the following table for the rules. Now the part's going to say, use the table to draw a graph of the relationship. Okay, now what I want you to notice before we begin is that I've drawn this with a ruler. If you need to have a ruler, you need to get one right now, okay? You need to label it. So going up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going down, I've labeled it incorrectly, I can just see that. That's -1, that's -2, and that's -3, okay? So go, and then obviously this would be 0 here. Going to the left is -1, -2, -3, -4. This way it goes that way, okay? Sometimes you have to make them bigger, sometimes you have to make them smaller, and you can look at your numbers to know what you have to do. Another thing you've got to do, make sure that all your arrows are on the end of the lines, okay? And when we're finished, we always write what the equation was on there, but I'll show you. Now, I suggest you do this in pencil always, in a sharp pencil, because you do often make mistakes, and then do your dots in that in pen. But I'm going to do it in green because I want to highlight what I'm doing so you can see, okay? Now, I'll put this here so that you can see. So what we're going to be looking at, I just want to see if you can see this. Yes, you can. Our first coordinated pair, we're going to look there, then we're going to look there, then we're going to look there, and we're going to look there. We're going to put a dot at each point. So our first one is -2. Now remember that x-axis, the one going this way, is always first, okay? So the one that lies down is always the first number, and the y-axis coming this way is always the second number. Don't forget that. The cross goes first, down goes second, okay? So if we say -2, we find -2 here, and then we look on the y-axis for 3, where do they meet up? They meet up there, okay? Then we'll look at the next one. It's -1, so that's where because we look on this axis first, -1, and then we're looking at 3.5. So there's 4 and there's 3, so it'll be somewhere over there. 3.5, okay? Then we look at 0 and 4. So we go across to 0, we go up to 4. So 4 would be there. Then we look at 1 and 4.5. So there's 1, 4.5 probably take us to there, okay? Then we've got 2 and we've got 5. So that one goes there. So what we do here is we join our dots up. Don't make them too big. And you can go over them a little bit. My ruler is just really short for this. And don't forget that you need to put arrows over here, arrows over there. And the last thing you have to do is put your rule on there. So the rule you can just put it anywhere on here. So your rule is y is equal to x divided by 2 plus 4. And then you're done on that one. Okay, so now what I want you to do is using the values that you have for those 4 tables. If you make sure you've had them checked by me first to make sure that they're right, and then I want you to get your graph paper out and I want you to do 4 tables. Okay, right, we'll move. Once you've done that, come back to me and we will do another example. I'll teach you another part.